Hold on, this is just too pretty to use. I'm gonna get straight to the point. I saw this on Amazon and I was like, this might be the most beautiful eyeshadow palette I have ever seen. The brand sent it to me, so now I'm gonna try it. This is the Dreamland eyeshadow palette in Queen from a brand called Zeesea? Zeesea? I don't know. This was a collaboration they did with the British Museum to create this Alice's Adventures in Wonderland palette collection. This is one out of 3 that they have on Amazon. It was seriously love at first sight when I saw the packaging of this palette, but does it actually perform well? Is it a gimmick or a get it now? We're gonna get straight into it, but first, if you're new here, hi, my name is Miranda. Welcome to my channel where we talk all things budget beauty. If that sounds interesting to you, then become the newest member of the Slashed Squad by hitting subscribe and the bell icon. This is the Queen of Hearts inspired palette, and there are 2 other Alice themed palettes. One leans more blue themed and one leans more pink. First of all, let's just look at this outer packaging. On the face of this palette, there is like this inner layer of suspended glitter and shimmer that moves as you tilt and move around the palette, and that just like got me. And that's on top of just the general pattern on this palette where we have the gold detailing, we have the silhouette of the Queen of Hearts saying off with her head. I did want to mention this is a little bit more mid-ranged. This palette costs $35, although there is an Amazon coupon that you can apply for 5% off. Let's take a look inside. First of all, just in general, this feels really sturdy and there is a magnetic closure and a full-size mirror inside. But check out these shades. This is such a cool color story, and I really love that they've committed to the theme inside the palette, because I have complained in the past about makeup collaborations that are sort of half-baked, where it seems like they just throw the most random shades inside and they only focus on packaging. But here, they clearly did not do that, especially as you can see with this checkered shade with the red and sort of like a silvery iridescent pink. And they've clearly embossed some of these matte shades with more elements from Alice in Wonderland. So I'll show you a close-up. I did already swatch these shades. Now, just swatching them on my arm, there were a couple matte shades like the red and yellow that felt a bit powdery. However, the other mattes, the pink, the beige, and the brown, those felt super, super soft, creamy, and pigmented as I swatched them. And all of the shimmer shades looked so, so gorgeous. Now, I do want to point out the packaging for this palette is completely in Chinese in terms of like the details and the back of the box, the ingredients. And I did try to use Google Translate to see whether or not it said if any of these shades were specifically not eye safe, and I couldn't find anything that mentioned that, but I gotta say, this glitter is probably used at your own risk near your eye. Like, it's confetti, basically. If one of these pieces got in your eye, you're gonna have a bad time. So I'm dying to use that shade today, but I'm going to be very careful, and I just wanted to put out that disclaimer. Now let's put this on my face. I'm gonna start out with the Milani eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna go in to this sort of pinky beige just to lay down a base. Oh, a lot more pigmented for a light matte than I expected. So I'm gonna go into this yellow first. And yellow, again, is a shade that is incredibly hard, especially in a matte formula, to translate on the skin as vibrant as it looks in the pan. Now these shadows, just dipping into them, they are a little bit messy. Now this is gonna be my transition shade. I'm gonna go ahead and pat this in first. I want this to be soft since it's my blending shade, but I still want it to look yellow. Okay, we're getting a pretty decent amount of pigmentation for yellow. It's translating a little bit more mustard than maybe it looks in the palette, and I kind of noticed that a little bit too as I was swatching. I wish it was just a little bit more of a cooler yellow. Now, I'm not quite sure what the British Museum has to do with Alice in Wonderland. Obviously, I'm not British, but I don't know if maybe there was like an exhibit or something That's also how I kind of gauged whether or not this was like a legit makeup brand. Because I'm like, if they're collaborating with the British Museum, they've got to be a serious brand, right? All right, I'm gonna go straight into this red shadow, fully accepting the fact that I know this is gonna stain my eyes. But that's pretty common for reds. I'm pretty sure in Morphe palettes, the Morphe red shades also leave a slight stain. Okay, not bad. It's definitely not as rich straight off the bat, but we're able to build it up pretty quickly just by patting on another layer. Yeah, that's solid. Okay, I'm gonna start softly blending that red. I'll kind of fade into an orange situation with that yellow. Okay, these seem to be blending really easily and smoothly into each other. And it seems like I'm able to blend this out without losing a ton of pigmentation and without altering the tone. Yeah, these are mixing into like an orange gradient perfectly. Okay, going along with this sort of warm, fiery theme here, there is what sort of looks like a duochrome shimmer. It kind of shifts from orange to pink right here. I'm gonna apply that with my finger. Ooh. Interesting. There's actually a lot more gold coming through than the orange. Oh, okay. So see how I shift? Like when it's not catching the light, it sort of looks coral, and then straight on, it looks more gold. Yeah, so far in application, there have been no duds because the red and the yellow were the ones when I was swatching I felt a little on the fence about, but in application, they're coming through. I'm also not getting any fallout. Not with the red, not with the shimmer. I did just touch my under eye by accident, so a little bit is where it's not supposed to be, but that was my bad. I'm gonna go into this darker red sort of cranberry shimmer, and I'll use that to blend the lid shade into the crease shade. On top of this being just super vanity worthy to display this, the actual product is good. Yes. I'm just gonna add a little bit of definition and shadow to the outer corners of my lash line with this dark brown. Now this one, as I was swatching it, it felt so buttery. It really reminded me of the Tarte Amazonian clay formula. It'll give me just that little bit of shadow behind my lashes. I think I'm gonna go into the black and go a little bit smokier on the lash line. Now this actually does have like a blue shimmer to it, but I think it's a spray over because as I'm sort of digging at the middle of the shade, I'm seeing less shimmer in and through the actual shadow. Okay, as for this glitter, thought about it, and I think I want to try putting it in the inner corner, but I'm scared because I don't want to get it in my eye. I'm gonna try putting it on with a brush just so I can get a little bit more precise with it and it doesn't end up in my tear duct. Okay, this might be a little too chunky for right here, but I also did not put any sort of glitter glue down, although it's kind of sticking well. I think it's just kind of sticking to my foundation. Oh, this is fun. Do I want to like bring it up into my crease? I'm having a vision like Raven. I'm like, where do I want this to go? The brush is definitely the way to go. I'm having absolutely no issues picking it up with my brush and then putting it down. If anything, it's actually helpful to get it exactly where I want it. There is sort of a pigment to this. It's more of like a shimmer, golden coral shimmer underneath the glitter. You know, I really don't do a lot of looks like this on my channel. I kind of keep it, I don't know, realistic, wearable, but sometimes I'm just like feeling bold, feeling creative, and I absolutely love that this palette is inspiring me to just take it someplace new. Okay, I mean, I think it's pretty clear what I think of this palette. It is beautiful inside and out. It actually performs well. Like the formula of these shades will not disappoint. So $35 and then you can get your 5 or 10% off with the Amazon coupon. You just check it before you add it to cart. I'm just really impressed. I had never heard of this brand. I'm not sure if they have a lot of US availability outside of Amazon or what their availability is worldwide, but I love this, and I do have a couple more products from the same brand but a different collaboration that I will finish my look with. Okay, before going into the other two products that are equally as beautiful and I cannot wait to try. I'm just gonna use my Ulta Beauty Baked Sculpt and Glow palette. And I'll use that to add some bronze to the face. I just realized that I forgot to put mascara on. I got way too excited. Okay, wait. This is all over the place. Let me go ahead and curl my lashes. I actually do have a mascara from this brand as well. Now the mascara is actually more drugstore priced. It's $9. And again, I think they have like an Amazon coupon you can use. So this is the Living Colorfully mascara in black. I have no idea what this is supposed to do, so let's just put it on the lashes. It's keeping my lashes pretty separated and adding some length, not a lot of volume. I feel like if this was a little bit more volumizing, it'd be a more balanced look overall. Although it's adding a lot of length, so. And for what it's worth, I really didn't think that this wand was gonna do much for me because it just looks so basic, but it's keeping my lashes very separated. But look at this length, whoa, wait a second. It definitely lengthened my lashes. So if you already have dark or thick lashes and you're just looking for that length and lift, I mean, this is delivering. I kind of just keep building up and they keep getting longer. This is also a drier mascara and it feels very lightweight. So if that's your jam, you might actually really like this. Okay, now let me finish what I was doing on my face. Just gonna add a little bit of blush from the same Ulta palette. This is a super, super glowy palette. And that sort of adds the highlight on its own. I don't really need to add much more than that. Next, I have a lipstick that I'm dying to try from this same brand, and this is from a different collaboration they did with Palace Identity, and it's their Gilt Gold Dragon Velvet Lipstick. And again, the box is just beautiful. We have the gold detailing with a Chinese dragon. Even the inner packaging, we have this paper with the gold foil. Like, the details that they put into their product packaging just really makes it feel luxe. Now, this lipstick is a little bit higher priced, $29, but there is a 10% off coupon. But again, I feel like you're paying for sort of the art aspect as well, because look at this lipstick tube. Totally dead. This is so beautiful. Okay, so we have this gorgeous gold tube. And again, there's like weight to this. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but it feels very solid. And there is some pretty strong magnetic closing action going on. Okay, but just check out the details on this. So we've got this dragon wrapping all around the tube. This just feels so luxe. And I'm not even sure this is gonna match the look that we created. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice this. Hold on. This is just too pretty to use. Like, I want to display this forever. Look at the detailing carved in to this lipstick. It's literally art. I'm like actually contemplating not using it. It's a dragon that's like blowing fire and a little bit of a skyscape, but look at the scales. They're so tiny. There's so many tiny details. I can't get over it. The hair on the dragon and the eyes and the wrinkles. It even has teeth and fangs. I'm blown away. Oh yeah, we're gonna get lucky. This is actually gonna look pretty good. Oh, it's already smoothing out the embossing. Okay, but this is already going on so smoothly and pigmented. It is so creamy. So it's this matte finish, but it's very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy at all. This vaguely reminds me of the ColourPop lipstick in terms of the finish, where it's really light and a little bit slippy, but you get that powdery matte look. Okay, the last product I have from this brand is another one from their Palace Identity line. Okay, this is so pretty. What is this? What is this? I don't even know. I can't read the box because it's in Chinese. I guess we'll find out together. So this one has a little deer emblem on the top in this beautiful gold compact. Again, this is just something that I would love to put on a vanity and show off. It has sort of like an old-timey vibe to it. Oh, again, it's a magnet closure. I still don't know what it is. We've got a little powder puff, so. Ooh, and this feels good too. Like, this is just so high quality, way higher quality than I expected from something I could find on Amazon. So we have a translucent powder, and it does have a mesh sifter, which I love. It's just so much easier to control product that way. A design element that a lot of higher end American brands aren't using, and I just feel like it's so far superior to plastic sifters. Okay, this definitely has just like an air of luxury to it, just like I don't know what kind of powder this is. It looks very white. Ooh, it's fragranced. Very fragranced. Ooh. Okay, I just saw myself in the viewfinder and I'm getting a little bit of flashback here. Okay, hold on, let me blend this out. I probably could have been lighter on that first tap. If you apply thin layers, it's not so much of a problem. See, now that I'm blending it in, we're not getting that weird like line of demarcation. The fragrance is the strongest I have smelled from a powder. I mean, you know that I've complained about the Coty Airspun powder. This is like ×5. So this is the only one so far that I'm not super excited to wear. Yeah, if I go light, we don't really have the flashback problem. Oh, I think this also has shimmer in it. I'm looking at my forehead like, where did all this shimmer come from? So this is more like illuminizing finishing powder. Like I said, I can't read the box. It really did make my nose look super smooth. Like there are no pores in sight though. Okay, this is called the Reindeer Loose Powder. It is a waterproof and sweat-proof makeup concealer powder. It's got 4.5 stars. Interesting, so it waterproofs my makeup. This is $37. Again, there's a coupon. I feel like that's pushing it. I would not pay $37 for this. Out of all of these products, I feel like, yes, this is pretty, but it's not like really on the same level of art as the other two products, in my opinion. And there are other waterproofing finishing powders on the market, even at the drugstore. So even that element does not make this worth almost $40 for me. Yeah, oil control and moisturizing. I wonder what it's made out of. Oh, what? It's made out of jade? Oh, this is made with gem powder. It says natural light transmission made with jade powder. Okay, so that makes a little more sense of why it's priced the way it is. It also is ruby powder for shining high-grade luster, something called Southern Tomato Bark Extract, which helps hide the pores. It's like kind of broken English. I'm trying to do my best here. Poria, which is a skin brightening antioxidant. This is definitely one of those products that you buy just to feel fancy about yourself. Like, I'm putting jade and ruby powder on my face. All right, well, as a makeup enthusiast, I had a ton of fun today, and I am so happy that these products looked as beautiful on the face as they do in the packaging. Let me know what you think of these. If you would pick them up, I will leave all the links below. Also tell me, do you know of or have any other makeup where the packaging is just as beautiful as the product itself? Today's shout out goes to Dina. Thanks for being a member of the Slashed Squad. And join me over in this video next where I test some of the best selling beauty products on Amazon. I'll see you over there. Bye!